they start fighting.
They start moving around. They're gonna move, and this is Ranno Ori. There's gonna be a lot of moving in very fast ways. So.
Well, that's okay if there's like teleporting in the stream like there was the last set, and they'll at least like normal since Ranno kind of instant transitions anyways.
True, especially on mine. It's like
absolutely. But we've got Azzoe and RandomDude.
That we do.
This is like we've seen a whole lot of matchups. I guess I don't count the last set entirely because Horseman Maple happened, and we see that one pretty often.
Yeah.
But the Ranno Ori is another one I feel like is just kind of uncommon in general.
Yeah, there's definitely been a bit more of it. No, actually, there's not too many recess Oris right now.
Yeah.
It was common when IB stuff was still in recess, but not so much anymore. RandomDude is keeping it going with the Rannos, but has always been the main representative for Ori, and she kind of tore it up in Novice last week. Had a really good losers run.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Making it all the way to main bracket this time.
I cheated, yeah, kinda didn't like clean sweep the pool, but definitely, tore through it, by being the person not suited to make main.
Just had to prove the haters wrong,
Exactly.
obviously.
She did
this
a very
time
good
the hater
job.
being you.
That's what I always say when people, like, say that I underseeded them. I'm like, alright, prove my seeding wrong. And,
yeah.
And Zoe didn't even complain about it, but she just did it anyway. RandomDude, not super content to just let that go unchecked and me getting the fair spike.
Yeah, so far this has been just a whole lot of, like, been a couple hits in neutral, and then, it's been a couple hits in advantage, and then going back to neutral and just eventually finding a kill.
Yeah.
It's like, we haven't seen any strings longer than, like, 2 or 3 hits at most.
Yeah, Zoe's, she has really good movement, and she's really willing to, like, chase people down off stage to find kills, but she doesn't have the best on-stage kill confirms, for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of the double-edged sword of Ori, is, Ori can chase people off stage really, really well, like we just saw with the side into back air.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that's really common, but if you're having a hard time edge guarding your opponent, you're gonna have a hard time killing them on stage too, because Ori has kill setups, but they're really difficult to execute and situational.
For sure. I mean, that's how, like, some of your easier bash conversions, but even then, like, you gotta do near the ledge.
Yeah, Ori is definitely a character that relies on the ledge a lot, but so far it's proving to not be a problem for her, because she's been keeping these edge guards alive for quite a while, but finally getting sent off stage herself.
Yeah. Ooh. Being a little bit greedy with the sign. Have to be careful. Yeah.
See, that's the trouble, is you let the Ranno back on stage, and that's something that just cannot be done.
Yeah. And another one of those characters, kind of like Zetter, where it just does have ways to reverse you if you fail your edge guards, and in very brutal fashion too.
Absolutely, he is going to make you regret it.
Yeah, the it in this case is existing.
It's true. It's true.
It's really true. Like, that hits on. How did I not ever really realize that?
The dash tech kid on the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
Spirit
sense.
Tree's funny.
Man. It is a funny stage. I can understand why Zoe would choose this, because it's going to make those edge guards so much more brutal.
Just like that. I mean, she really hit RandomDude with the blast zone carry there.
Yeah, basically, just said, alright, I hate you with 50. Oh, but RandomDude can do the same thing.
I think that one was much more on Zoe, honestly. I mean, she was at 50, and she DI'd all the way out.
Yeah.
Ori is light, it's gonna happen, especially off the sides. Ori is light, but that is just very unfortunate.
That was definitely, like, more of bad DI on Zoe's part. but still.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing. I mean, both these characters, you know, light off the sides, but also really good at edge guarding. The stages are gonna get absolutely brutal for both of them.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. The Nair Bash, a classic.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I look away too, and then I come back, and she just dead. I don't even know what percent she was at.
She was at 82 after the hit,
82
but she was at center stage.
Oh, man. Is it like at a disadvantage or something?
Yeah, it was. She got buried out of her combo and wasn't ready for it.
This is, yeah, that happened to me a lot too. At a certain point, you just gotta remember against Ranno that, like, you just kinda need to start expecting it.
Yeah.
And just thinking, like, okay, I could get buried out of any one of these hits. Like, I need to be ready to DI this if the time comes.
It's the same thing as comboing Zetter. She died to Becker again. She has to DI these.
Yeah.
She has to DI these. Like, the first game was super close. She almost had it, and then she messed up an edge guard. That game was all on the DI.
And a stage with tiny blast zones, like Spirit Tree. That's, you know, that's gonna get you. We're going to Jules for doing the Jules run back, which I can kind of see. I mean, you know, the blast zones on the stage aren't small, but they're not. Well, other way around. Yeah, they're not small, but they're like definitely not large.
She was certainly doing a much better job edge guarding on Jules Vale, so I think the run back is not a bad idea. Just need to be able to execute more on it. And so far, RandomDude just been doing a good job of finding these hits and making sure he's getting like these neutral hits at disadvantage, throwing needles to pressure her in neutral, and the bad DI has been helping a lot, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Okay, coming back. Platform is headed. RandomDude's away.
Tri-stick, that was actually a pretty smart use of Sign. Personally, I kind of would have just tried to hit Ranno himself, but definitely a lot of merit to just throw in Sign there.
Yeah, I like the idea. I think probably just what she's doing now, just staying on the ledge and waiting to see what he does is probably the better option anyways, though. Some bad DI on the up air going to give her the first stock.
I think Ori can definitely do that because Sign is such an impressive tool in so many situations. So a lot of the time it is, you know, once you kind of have the number of the Ranno, it's really good to chase him down with those bubbles.
For sure. Oh no, I'm getting rollback again.
No.
Why is this happening?
Discord. Zoe, no.
Wait, what happened?
Air dodge too early. Air dodge before using her first uppy, which is going to be a death sentence for Ori. But it does not matter too much when you're just able to get that bash right away and keep your stock lead.
Yeah, it's pretty much a full stock lead, so still looking quite good for Zoe.
Yeah. Was of course the winners bracket not quite as high stakes for losing, but same time you definitely don't just want to.
Oh, why is this happening?
I don't know.
When I say uh-oh, it's not because of something that's happening in the game, it's because I can't see what's happening in the game.
I can only imagine.
I'm gonna try refreshing it really quick. I don't think it's gonna help at all, but
Sometimes it does. Alright, the tongue, that was a pretty solid edge guard from Zoe, just kinda putting RandomDude in a situation and like slowly whittling away at those resources, and sometimes that's all I gotta do against Ranno.
And honestly, that's kind of the thing Ori does best, to be honest. I mean, just unmatched ledge trapping game, super fast aerials that are going to push you off the side. And you got a character like Ranno who really needs those resources to recover effectively. It's no surprise that the edge guards were so effective, honestly. So it was really good execution by Zoe.
Yeah. And 3-top pick is going to be pretty interesting, because Ranno definitely kills off of spikes a lot easier than Ori does. Now granted, I think it's been a little bit harder for RandomDude to exist off stage. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
these bottom blast zones are, I think, going to really help out RandomDude. I can definitely see the merit in this counter pick.
I think, personally, when I pick a stage like Treetop, I'm not so much worried about the bottom blast zones. I'm worried about the edge guard because there's not much stage here. There's a lot. It's very easy to push your opponent off the stage. You have a lot of room for those rinse repeat edge guards. You have some platforms that help the mix-ups a lot, but Zoe has been doing a good job covering some of those with Sign and just waiting and reacting and catching landing lag with up air, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the kind of thing you need to be successful on stages like this. So I feel like RandomDude might even find this counter pick backfiring.
Hard to say. I mean, very well could end up being the case. Though I do think both these players are getting a lot out of their offstage kills. Granted, I do think Zoe needs them a little bit more than RandomDude is, especially with the way Ori is as a character.
Yeah, I do honestly think that RandomDude is finding these offstage kills by coincidence, to be honest.
Not entirely unfair, but hey, you know, if Zoe's gonna let him happen, then...
Exactly, then he might as well benefit from it, right?
Yeah, just gonna have to prey on that. And that's really the big thing. I think Zoe's DI is one of her biggest problems, and I remember it being a bit of an issue last week, too. With a light character like Ori, you don't have as much room to make mistakes on your DI as you do with the heavy.
Exactly. That was a great catch with the Dakis, by the way.
It was, yeah.
Okay, doesn't regret the down air that much. I thought that was going to be the start of a big punish, but RandomDude wasn't quite... But...
Yeah, sometimes just not in the right position. Oh?
Okay.
Alright.
Sign trading with moves is always so funny. Or bashing.
Yeah. Oh no, the parry was just too early. So he's not dead for that.
Look how far they DI'd out again. Like, almost died to that fair at 60.
It's tough.
You have to be hyper aware of your limits as a light character, and you just pushing it way too far. You can't DI that far out.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh no!
You're joking.
No!
Oh come
no.
on. Well, RandomDude taking it 3-1.
Oh my god, that was like. So wait, can you bash off a bubble? You can. No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. But just not like that.
That feels like a really unfortunate loss, just because I feel like that was... RandomDude didn't do anything outwardly wrong, but that was definitely Zoe's set to lose. I mean, the sheer amount of